Hey guys, Photo Viper here. Today we're going to look at something from the Real American Hero collection. And we're going to look at Zartan versus Shadow Viper. Let's tear them open and see what they're all about. And here we have Zartan and Shadow Viper from the Real American Hero collection. Now, this is an interesting set because, of course, Zartan's super cool. And it's really close to the version 1. But they made some changes. Of course, he's not color change on this one. This is a re-release from 2001, I believe. 2002. But the interesting thing is the Shadow Viper, he's actually an Astro Viper, repainted, but he's got all the same accessories. And he's basically the same guy, except when you get to the file card, which is really interesting. And speaking of file cards, let's flip it on over and check them out. Zartan, of course, most everybody knows his story. This file card, though, is a bit of a mishmash of all of his other file cards, and then they added some other strange things in here. Let's go ahead and go over it. Zartan's early military career has been traced back to the St. Cyr Academy, where the misguided youth quickly proved himself to be a traitor, turning his regiment into a band of mercenaries and selling secrets to opposing forces. Although he was charged with treason and sent to prison, his talent for impersonation got him out of the door, along with the dirty laundry. After escaping incarceration, he traveled to the Orient and became an apprentice to a ninja master. Skilled in archery and the use of edged weaponry, his reputation led him to encounter with an organization known as Cobra Command. His unequaled prowess as a quick-change artist made it easy for him to infiltrate and spy on G.I. Joe headquarters. A master of makeup and disguise, a ventriloquist, a linguist, he speaks over 20 languages and dialects. An acrobatic contortionist and practitioner of several martial art forms, he's been known to use holographic implants to alter his appearance instantaneously. He can look like a punk rocker one minute and an elderly gentleman the next. Many have been fooled by how seemingly easy it is to capture him. The trick is keeping him, because Zartan does the most damage from the inside. Then we have a psychological profile that says extremely paranoid. Experiences multiple personality disorder to such an extent that his original personality has been buried and forgotten. Alright. So, take of that what you will. A little bit of all the file cards put together and then some. And then we get to Shadow Viper. And here's where it gets kind of weird, because he's really an astronaut, but not in this version, I guess. So his branch is counterintelligence. Special training is undercover operations, infiltration, computer hacking, and data acquisition, and martial arts. No one knows exactly how Shadow Vipers get in and out of places undetected, just that when they do, they leave their mark of damage and destruction behind. They are expert computer hackers with a major grudge against worldwide government agencies. Shadow Vipers know every means of camouflage, disguise, and concealment there is to blend into any environment. Kind of like Zartan, I guess. Before a mission, they cover themselves in a dark, powder-like substance that makes them virtually invisible to ground radar and infrared sensors up to 24 hours. Ample time to infiltrate and ravage any facility, not to mention grab a few top-secret souvenirs to impress Cobra Commander. Only problem is these guys are loyal to no one, and will steal from each other to get in good with the big guy. They're like nasty computer virus that keeps spreading. Cobra forces are bad enough to deal with when you can see them, let alone when you can't. Huh. Pretty interesting. So yeah, that is Zartan and the Shadow Viper in package. But you know, of course, we have to, we gotta let him go, man. We gotta free him. So, without further ado, let's get right to it, shall we? Alright, and as always, I try to be very careful when I open these because I do like to save the cards. Usually for the artwork and the file cards. Not a whole lot of artwork on this one, but I still would like to preserve the file cards and have them around for future reference. Alright. Got that. It's gone. We don't need that. Okay, who should we start with first, guys? Oh, by the way, we have a KB Toys price tag here. Regular $9.99, and it hung out on the shelf for a minute to get marked down to $8.99. But of course, it's in my collection now, and it's not going nowhere. We have the inner card. Look how yellow that is. Crazy. Crazy, but the outer one's super clear. I don't know if that's UV damage or if they actually molded the inner in a yellowish color. Alright, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and start with Zartan. He's a bit simpler here in his accessories. Alright. Of course, we have the classic Jesus face. This one is a very soft rubber. If you guys remember version 1 and other versions were like a hard plastic. Fun School version and all that. It's a little hard to get it under the mask, but this one just slips right on there. Hey, it's Jesus. Alright, enough of that. We've got a big crazy machine gun here. Laser rifle. I don't even know. And then an ammo belt that doesn't look like it goes to this at all. And a bipod that also doesn't look like it goes to this. We'll see what's up with it later. Of course, we have his figure stand. Those are always nice. And there we go, Zartan. Of course, he doesn't have the removable chest plate like the original did, and he doesn't have color changing skin, which is a bummer, but you know, it is what it is. Soft cowl like always, or almost always. Fun School version was a hard plastic version, but this is just a regular soft cowl there. Articulation's the same as any Joe's, you know, in the post 86 era. So I won't waste a bunch of time with that. He's got really cool boots. Some gloves that go way up to his elbows. He's got made in China stamped on his butt, of course. And yeah, there's Zartan. It's about my 8th or 10th, 15th maybe, Zartan. I don't know. Between vintage and modern. Who keeps track, right? You can never have too many Zartans because they're just cool. On to the Astro slash Shadow Viper. We got a few hoses here. He's really complex in his gear. We'll take him out first. And another figure stand. It's nice. And he looks pretty good. These 2000s versions got a little bit of weathering on the main paint job. and I think it's really nice. A little cobra emblem right here. There's a buckle. Lots of chrome. Like the chrome. Kind of like a bio whatever exoskeleton, something like that going on. Pretty neat. Also, what's cool about these 2000s versions is they anodize the rivets to match the paint jobs, and I just think that's really cool. A nice little addition, an improvement, I would say, definitely from the original run. Another thing is the forearms. They made them out of a little bit gummier material, so they're a little bendy. So the thumbs are really forgiving. You can squeeze them in, bend them around. If a gun don't fit just right, you know, you can just squeeze it in there, and you're not going to break any thumbs off, unless, you know, a pet gets a hold of it, chews it off, or something drastic like that. But for the most part, they're really rugged and durable, and I dig them. Next up, we got his helmet. Standard Astro Viper helmet. And what's nice is it snaps on to the collar. It's a real soft plastic. But it snaps onto the collar so you don't get any rub on the head there, which is really nice. So, of course, it limits turning of the head a little bit when it's on. You know, for different poses. It's got a little bit, but, you know, pretty good though. And of course, we have all this craziness over here. This backpack and this other backpack, which I really don't get because they won't go together. Let's see. These go in here like this, like so, I believe. And is this on camera? Yes, it is. Like that, ish. Of course, we got the hoses. One side and the back side, and they look a little bit short. It is a little bit short. In fact, it's considerably too short. Well, now that's okay. We'll deal with that later. I have some more replacement hose, and I will cut some new ones to length. I wasn't expecting that. It's kind of interesting. But his backpack goes on, of course, like that, I believe. And he's got little handles, like a jetpack, but I don't know if that's much of a jet. Kind of weird, but yeah. Very intricate backpack setup. But he looks really neat. Pretty cool, man. You can just fly around, you know, whatever. Attacking spaceships and downloading viruses into their computer systems, I guess. Alright. And I suppose this one is meant for Zartan. And this crazy gun. There is a tab on here for the ammo belt, and it should just snap on something like that. Yep. And I'd imagine hooked to the gun, but not this gun. That's for one, it's a laser rifle, and for two, I guess it could go there, but that really doesn't make any sense now, does it? Yeah, and another tab on that side. Still, I think that one's going. I'll use this for something else at some point. And Zartan's going to get a bow and arrow because Zartan, right? All right. Well, I think that about does it. Thank you guys for joining me. It's always nice to share opening new stuff. And we'll see you around next time. Thanks for hanging out.